Now in this next lesson, I just want to go back to our main project here. I just want to go and work on our navigation here. Let's go and replace the background color to RGB and then give it a value of 1684,211. Let's go and refresh that and see what will happen in our navigation here. So there's nothing happening. So let's go look at our header nav here. That's because we declared an inline style inside of our div element. So we need to remove that because again, inline has a higher specificity over the internal style sheet that we have here. So let's save that again and then refresh. Now what I want to do here is to replace this dash here with solid. Now let's go and refresh. Now I want to go down to our header nav here, and instead of using just the interactive elements here, I would want to enclose this anchor elements inside of an unordered list so that we can apply what we have learned in our previous lessons. So let's exactly do that. So let's have UL here. Then let's have at least 3 LI for now. Now let's go and cut and place our anchor elements nested inside of our LI elements. Now let's go and save that and then refresh. We can see here in our project here that it has a display of block. So if we try to go and look at the developer tools here, and if we try to go and search for the element that we have here for the UL, we have a block display value. One keynote to remember, in our previous lesson, we had the UL having a default value of display block. Now, if we try to go and look at the default value of the LI element, so let me just go and select it, you would see that it has a, let's select the LI element here, a default value of display list item. We know that the LI element here will define an element as a list item. So we know that the default value for an LI element will be list item. So when we say display list item, this is the keyword that causes the element to generate a pseudo element with the content specified as a list style marker here. Just remember that a single value of list item will cause the element to behave like a list item. And this can be used together with list style type and list style position properties. So in this exercise, the way we can go and make this inline, of course, will be to change the display of the LI element to either inline block or inline. So let's go and try to do that. Let's just minimize this and go to our code here. Now let's go to our LI element here. Let's select the LI element and then give it a value of display inline. Let's see what will happen. Now let's go and try to refresh this. Now we have our display here set to inline. And that's why we now have our list here displayed in a horizontal manner. Just remember that our LI element here, if we go give it a background color of red and refresh this, you would see that it doesn't include any height or width with it. I'm hoping you got the idea on how we can manipulate the UL element to create navigations, specifically using the display inline and inline block and the block properties. We understood how they work, and we know that we can actually manipulate the list item default value for the LI element